Hello and welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, you've got a really special car to share today. This is a 2019 on a 19 plate Mazda CX-5. And now this is the GT Sport Nav Plus model. This would have been one of the very first GT CX-5s produced. It was around 2019 that this came out. It's when they started to install Apple CarPlay into a CX-5, and also the first time the GT existed in the way that we know it. A really fantastic value car. This it's done around 40,000 miles, one owner vehicle. And customer wasn't local to us. If you've got an eagle eye, you'll notice the number plate's got a Welsh dragon on it. They'd actually agreed to purchase an ex-demonstration CX-5 from us and decided to part exchange this against it. Made the journey down from Wales, I think it was a good 3 or 4 hours away, and decided to part exchange this lovely car. So we do a lot of business like this now at distance, where we haven't seen their car and they haven't seen ours prior to agreeing the deal, but actually you get an example like this and it makes the job incredibly easy. The car has been looked after beautifully. It is exactly as the customer described. Despite the fact it's done 40,000 miles, it is still on all matching Toyo Proxy tyres, and that's what these cars come with from factory. And obviously the fact it's done 40,000 miles gives you a bit of an insight into the fact that the owner takes things like that seriously, and have clearly replaced the tyres and gone for the appropriate brand. And it's in absolutely sterling condition. Really lovely, very well looked after car. Struggling to find a mark on it, to be honest with you. I'm sure there'll be one somewhere, but I can't find it. The alloy wheels are all in lovely condition, and the car's just had a wash and a hoover. Hasn't been fully valeted yet, and it looks as good as you see it here. So really lovely car. Now the GT is the flagship specification of a CX-5. The big difference between a GT Sport and what was just a Sport or a Sport Nav is that you get an upgrade on the leather. It goes to a dark brown Nappa leather, which is very nice. It's like a softer grain of leather and obviously slightly different colour. 360-degree view camera, and you get heated seats in the back as well as the front, and the front seats are also ventilated. So if you've been on the motorway for sort of, I don't know, an hour or so and you're starting to get a bit warm on your back, put the ventilated seat on. That is the answer. It's a fantastic addition to the car. I'll show you as we go around. Being a GT Sport, you also get power tailgate. It's an absolute game changer feature. You're able to do the opening of the tailgate from the key or from a button inside or outside the car. You get a massive boot with CX-5. It's tons and tons of usable space. You'll see here as well, the customer actually bought another CX-5 and they had a boot liner in here which they'd taken out. So it's in spotless condition. This just needs to be hoovered and those marks will disappear. But in really lovely condition, very well looked after. Boot liner is always a good sign of ownership. You have twin exit exhaust on the CX-5s. That's just for the petrol models. In diesel, the AdBlue tank takes up some space, so you can't have it. It's fantastic. 19-inch sort of dark and silver alloy wheels, very nice and all in spotless condition. And that dark brown leather, which you'd argue almost looks black, to be honest. It's so dark, and it really does suit the car very well. You also get a dark headliner in a GT CX-5. That's a personal preference. I love a dark headliner. I think it makes the car feel very premium, very high quality. You have vents in the back, and I mentioned about having heated seats in the back. In this centre armrest here, you've got the button for the seats there, which you can see. So again, in lovely condition, and a very nice addition to the spec. Of course, you have all electric windows, keyless entry and start on the button there. And as you get into the front, you're greeted with an 8-way adjust electric seat with memory function. Now that can actually be programmed to a key as well. So if you want to use save 2 different positions to do different keys, you can do. If you've got other people driving in the car, you can approach it with your key, press the button to unlock the car, and it'll start putting the seat to the desired position that's saved to that key. Like all modern Mazdas, it's a push button start car. Get an all digital display. You'll have seen it just flashed up with CX-5 there, and that centre display is all digital, and you can have that converted to kilometres as well. So at the press of a button you can change your speedo and your head-up display into kilometres per hour, which makes life even easier. Your steering wheel controls for hands-free phone, audio, cruise control and speed limiter. I mentioned you have all electric windows, power fold mirrors, buttons down here for the power tailgate, the parking sensors, the lane keep assist system, and the 360-degree view camera. Total miles, the car's covered 39,707 as it sits today. There's a little glimpse of that 360-degree view camera there, so you get that bird's eye picture of the car to show you where you're parking, and actually parking in between white lines and up against curbs and stuff. It's very, very good for that. If you come out, you've also got an integrated navigation system. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this car. This would have been one of the very first CX-5s in the country to have that fitted from factory. So yeah, lovely addition to the car. Of course, you have Bluetooth, hands-free phone, DAB radio, all your audio streaming options as well. Still have a CD player. About a year after this car was produced, Mazda removed the CD player, so if you look at a 20 plate, you probably won't have one. You have a heated steering wheel, heated seat switch, ventilated seat switch, which I mentioned. Actually, when you turn that on, there is a fan in the base of the seat here, and it just pulls air through the perforations in the leather. It doesn't sound like much, but honestly, you've got to try it. It is very, very good. A dual zone climate control air conditioning system, a fabulous 6-speed manual gearbox. Mazda are very good at manual transmissions. It's a well documented fact. They make some of the best manual gearboxes out there. It's an electric handbrake car. You just have your foot on the brake, press it down, take it off, lift it back up to put it on. Really is that simple. And all your controls from this little dial here is how you use the multimedia system. You also get the rarest of options with a modern car, an electric tilt and slide sunroof. And that is our CX-5. If you've got any other questions, please feel free to pick up the phone to us. The car will be supplied with a 12-month parts and labour warranty. That's included in the advertised cost of the car, and that's a Mazda branded warranty. So even if you aren't local to us, you can take your car to your local dealer. And this car is probably a very good example of the fact that we offer nationwide delivery. We're used to doing business at a distance, and so if you aren't local but you don't want to miss out on this car, do discuss that with us. We can get the car to you. And if you've got any other questions, we look forward to hearing from you. Cheers then. Bye.